On July 6, 2020, RedditGoldstein tweeted, "I think I might actually be black." Mango replied, "Why's that?" And RedditGoldstein responded, "Just the way I act. I feel very natural and comfortable saying the N-word and stuff." This is the Museum of Twitter, the show where we talk about the most important tweets in the history of Twitter.com. Racial identity is complicated, and a lot of it is outside of my purview, but I'm fairly certain that just being comfortable saying the N-word and stuff does not make you black. In fact, I would posit that there are a lot of people who are very comfortable saying the N-word who definitely are not black at all. But it says quite a lot about RedditGoldstein that he thinks that he might actually be black because he feels comfortable saying the N-word. Now, in the replies to whenever this tweet comes up, there's a lot of discussion about what N-word he means, if he means A or ER. I definitely think just based on the tone of the tweet that he means A, but that doesn't make it that much better. As someone who was once a white teenager, it's extremely common for white teenagers, like I assume RedditGoldstein is, to be very comfortable saying that word when they shouldn't be, especially when the white teenager in question has no friends that are actually black. But this definitely has to be the case with RedditGoldstein, because if you think that makes you black, then that just means you don't know any black people. Because like I said, the question of racial identity in the United States especially is complicated, but the main thing that makes someone black or not is, are they black? As in, do they have black ancestry? Because if you're someone who was raised around black culture and has a deep respect of it, you would be around black people enough to know that blackness is not defined by one's relationship to black culture. Because if it was, Paul Wall would identify as black. Now, this exchange has gone viral multiple times as a screenshot, and people joke about who it applies to, what different celebrities it applies to. Like Sai said Joni Mitchell, which led me down a rabbit hole which I did not know about, where apparently Joni Mitchell had a blackface alter ego back in the day, which looks pretty bad from both sides now. And it was posted to Reddit with the caption, "Rachel Dolezal begins to identify as black, circa 2010. And it's been also applied to people that people know in real life, like Random Hipster said, "This was an actual first interaction with a white dude I work with." Now, I really don't want to imagine how awkward that was. And surprisingly, Lintroller actually admitted, "I was kind of like this in quarantine." Which, keep in mind, this tweet was also tweeted from quarantine, so maybe RedditGoldstein was just losing his mind. Not that that's an excuse, but maybe he was just losing his mind. This exchange has also been used as a call out for different white people on the internet. Like someone put on the Playboy Cardi subreddit, "A lot of you here," which I'm not a fan of Playboy Cardi necessarily. I'm not in his fandom, but I definitely can imagine that there are a lot of white teenagers in that fandom that think that they might be black. And the thing that's at the crux of this is what Rena points out, which is the thing that I could have told you, once again, as someone who was a white teenager, which is, dude, white people want to say the N-word so bad. It's actually insane how insane it drives certain white people that they can't say that word. I suspect the reason is that as a white man in America, there are so few things that other people can do that you can't do, and so the idea of there being one just feels so much like an attack on you, which obviously it isn't, but look at America. Obviously white dudes are pretty fragile and bad at determining whether or not things are actually threats to them or not, and so it really doesn't surprise me that this guy RedditGoldstein confused wanting to say the N-word with thinking that he was actually black. And definitely the most flagrant reference I saw of this is that Bryce Hall in 2024 edited this exchange to make it seem like it was coming from political influencer Dean Withers, and a lot of people actually believed him, which was crazy. I thought other people knew about this meme before, and it had to get community noted where people pointed out that Dean Withers' account wasn't even up at the time that this was tweeted. Unfortunately, this whole exchange is deleted. You can't get in contact with RedditGoldstein. Please, if you could, I would really just want to drill down on the use of the word comfortable. You feel comfortable saying that word? In what context? Are the black people in your life okay with you using that word? Oh, what's that? There are no black people in your life? That makes sense, because presumably if there were, they would tell you that you're not actually black. Follow me for a new tweet every day, and please consider joining my Patreon, patreon.com/Museum of Twitter. We get a weekly bonus episode called the Museum of Not Twitter, and you get to vote on what I cover on Subscriber Sundays.